Hello, evening everyone. How's everything going? It's been 2 weeks too long, I think. And what a 2 weeks it's been. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Hi Jay. Yeah, we're doing okay. Kirsty's still not 100%, but I'm definitely back to normal. So hi Scott. How's it going? Yeah, so what's been happening the last 2 weeks? Well, I got COVID and I got it really bad. And then Kirsty got it and got it worse than me. But I'm sort of back to normal now, and I've not had any videos come out. I didn't feel up to doing anything for about 2 or 3 days. It really took it out on me. But I'm back to normal now, so I'm hoping that everything returns to normal. I've got a lot of videos I've done. They're all ready to be. They're already on YouTube. They just got to be released, which I'll hopefully be doing over the next couple of weeks. Over the next week, I should say, next couple of days. Hi Barry, how's it going? Yeah, but apart from that, nothing really's been going on. I've still, and that is on me. I still haven't put in my order for RoboCop or Alien, so I'm hoping to do that this week and to get some more issues of that. I've been a bit laxed on that. I'm still waiting for my Knight Rider package to come. I messaged them this week because I hadn't received it. They said they were going to chase up, and we'll obviously see how that goes. But I'm hoping that comes in the next couple of weeks, maybe. If it comes this week, coming brilliant. But I'm in no rush really. I've done issue 40, 42 and issue 43 of the Dodge Charger this week. Both of those issues. So I think issue 42 was the tyre, the last tyre, and issue 43 is just the bottom part of the battery pack. And the stuff we have to do in that is pointless, absolutely pointless. I don't even know why they even bothered to do that in an issue. But in regards to other issues that we've had, that's probably the worst one because you can't actually do anything with it. Yeah, it tells you to build stuff, but you won't want to leave it lying around, that's for sure. But yeah, I've done that this week. I've done the Disney Dollhouse, got that out of the way. That's coming along really nicely as well. In the next couple of weeks, it's going to be built up even bigger. So I can't wait for that. And yeah, nothing really's happened in the world of Partworks. It's all very, very quiet. Always is around this time. That's why I've decided to do my live streams every 2 weeks at the minute, because it seems to be a bit of a quiet period. But yeah, I've not, like I said, I had COVID for 2 weeks and I've not really done much. But I'm fully over it now. I'm back to my normal self. So, but what everyone else has been doing, if you haven't yet, check out Jay's diorama of the Volkswagen Bug Beetle. It's camper van. That's it. The Volkswagen camper that he's done. He's done a diorama for it. He's tell you what, Jay's very, very good at doing dioramas. He done one for the Route Master, which was out of this world as well. Yeah, keep the good work up there, Jay, because very impressive with that. But yeah, I've not been keeping up with what's going on. So what's been happening? What's been going on this week with everyone? It's been a bit of a slow for me, even though I had COVID. It's been a fairly slow 2 weeks. There's nothing really happened. Like I said, the summer tends to not wield anything really in terms of new stuff, Partworks, and all that sort of stuff coming out. So we are sort of at that period now where it's a bit of a lull. We should start picking up again in September. That's when a lot of the new part works come out, September to December. So we might see some more stuff from Agora. Fan Home as well. I know that the Millennium Falcon's coming out through Fan Home. I've heard it's their next one to be released. We'll see. Did you get the email from Agora about the reveal of the statue on the site? I did. It just said that it was going to reveal it bit by bit. I still think it's the alien, just because of their partnership with Hachette. That's the only thing I can think it being. It might be something else, but I've got a funny feeling it's the alien build. And if that's the case, that means that the alien will be released probably the end of this year, and then it will probably be about 3 or 4 months after the release from Hachette. You'll get it from Agora, but I think it's the alien build. I may be wrong. Oh, thanks. Payment in the post. Quite really got the save for my mini break. Yeah. I'll tell you what, the diorama you've done, Jay. Yeah, you're very good at doing them. Very good. But yeah, keep up the good work there. But yeah, I did see that from Agora, and it's yeah, it said it was going to reveal it, didn't it, bit by bit. So it's. I don't think it's the RoboCop, Jay, because they haven't got a partnership with them. So I think it's the alien. I think it's the alien, and the only way I know they could do that is if they reveal it bit by bit like this, and then they do the arm. You'll know if it's the alien from the first reveal because it'll be black. Then again, it could be what John's put here, and it could be the Batman. It could be the RoboCop, Jay, will be through Fan Home if and when it comes out. But it could be the alien. I mean the Batman. Sorry, that's another one from Hachette that they tested, but didn't test here. They only tested that in France. I'm still leaning it's the alien. I think that cover is just a generic cover. I don't think that cover that picture that they have is of the Terminator. I've got a funny feeling that that's just a place picture holder, because they did it with, didn't they, with their cars, and the car that they revealed, one of the cars that they put in one of those pictures was like an SUV. It's like a big thing. We never got anything like that from them. So I think they're just placeholders. I think they're just pictures, and it's got nothing. They did the same thing with the Cobra. They had a picture of just of a generic car under a cover, and then it was revealed to be the Cobra. But the picture that they put in place looked nothing like it. So I think that is just a picture placeholder. But I could be wrong. You never know. Millennium Falcon is on a tariff for France to subscribe to. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's. I found out the information that the next build from Fan Home was going to be the Millennium Falcon. It's something that's been talked about for a while now. Of them re-releasing it, because they re-released the R2D2. Millennium Falcon came out before the R2D2, but there was always plans through Fan Home when I spoke to them to release the Millennium Falcon. The rumor I heard on the grapevine was the next sort of build to come out is the Millennium Falcon from Fan Home. And then about a week after I heard that, Atari from France there re-released it, which, if you don't know, they're all DeAgostini, so they've re-released it. So so I don't know whether the rumor was, but the rumor definitely came from a good source, and it said Fan Home. So yeah, and then that came out. It makes sense, really. the same thing happened with the R2D2. So it could be. It could be. We'll have to wait and see. Um, we'll have to wait and see. I'm still placing my bets on the Alien, but then again, I could be wrong. Just because, like I said, with everything else going on, that's what I feel. I don't. The only other thing I can think of doing would be Johnny Five, but then like I said, it could be anything. It makes more sense if it's something that's already produced because that's what Agora seems to do. So that's why I'm heading more to the Alien build because we know that that's coming. That was tested here. It's nearly finished in France as well, so it makes sense. What's that? You want Johnny Five, right? We've got to finish other builds before Johnny Five comes along. The good thing about Agora is that the builds are always there, and you can get it all at one go. So we'll have to see how all that goes out. D'Agostini Italy seems to be going mad with Citroen builds. I've got another 4 on the way. Oh no. Well, that's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Hachette were doing the Alien. Yeah. That's who does the Alien in France. That's who will do the Alien here. But just like with the Titanic, the Terminator, Agora have a partnership with Hachette. So 90% of the stuff that they've done normally comes out. The two that they haven't, which I'm surprised by, is the Disney Dollhouse and the what's the other thing? And the Eddie Stobart. That was it. The Eddie Stobart truck and the Disney Dollhouse are the two that they haven't touched at the minute. It took them a while to do the Route Master, but all of them are by Hachette, and they've got like a good partnership with them. And the Alien is done through Hachette, so it makes sense. It could be something else, but that's what I'm leaning towards because it normally the same thing happened with the Bismarck and the Titanic is they sort of go, oh, we're building this. Hachette normally announce it same sort of time, and then Hachette normally bring it out, and then about 4 to 6 months later, Agora bring it out. That's what's happened with the Titanic, and that seems to be going okay. But I think the Alien's coming through, and that's what I reckon. I would have thought Agora would have released a partwork for the UK because the Zero is now complete. Yeah, they release the Ferrari recently. So that could have been the one that replaced that. But yeah, I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what's going on there. I think a lot at the moment is still up in the air because of Eagle Moss. So I think a lot of people are placing their bets. But then again, I've heard also all sorts of rumours about them at the minute. So yeah, Scott, I'll be happy if Agora do the Alien. Yeah, it'd be no different than getting it from Hachette. I've got mine from France, from a Hachette in France. Perfect. So the Ferrari was only 60 subs and it sold out. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I thought there was they were doing an F1 car, weren't they? That was very limited. I saw that. I did see that. Agora Ferrari very limited run. I think that on a lot of the generic vehicles, I can see them doing that. But on bigger projects, so sort of like the Alien build, Terminator, and things like that, I don't think they're going to be that Kirst, the internet's gone. I think. Hello. Oh no, I'm back now. I'm back now. What? Well, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. I'm right next to the. It completely just dropped out the signal. I don't know what happened there, so sorry about that. It might be the laptop. The Ferrari F1 60 subs. Yeah, no, didn't they? Was it? Might have been a Lamborghini actually. I'm thinking of, not the Ferrari F1. Good evening, all right, D. How's it going? Very glitchy. I don't know what's going on. I was talking all right, and then the screen sort of flickered, and it come up with no signal, and I came off the internet. It's weird because I've got a booster hub that's just here, which I don't normally have any problems with, so I don't know what happened there. I think that could be down to the laptop. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, maybe I was thinking of the Lamborghini. Wasn't that a new one that they just done as well? It's only up to pack 3 so far. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, there's a lot to do in the next couple of weeks, Jay. I've had a look all the way through, and there's a fair amount. It's good, like I said, over the next 4 or 5 weeks, it's going to grow because we start putting the brick sort of the brick outer parts of the lower basement, if you know what I mean. And we also do the other door. We've got trim at the bottom in the kitchen to do. There's loads to do. Loads. Absolutely loads. Yes, Mark is building that one. Yeah, I saw him. He did put a post up a while ago asking which one he would do now. Ecto's gone and stuff like that. And I see him starting that. He also sort of started the camper van as well, hasn't he? So yeah, I hope they go all right. I mean, like I said, there's nothing really now coming out that I want to build now. I just want to get some of these builds finished now. The Robocop and the Alien, I'm leaning towards finishing now. I want to get them out of the way with. And then I've got the Charger. I'm gonna have the Knight Rider as well, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see what comes out. I mean, we don't know at this point what's happening with Eagle Moss, and over the last 2 weeks, everyone has thrown their hat into the to the arena. So I've heard, well, just about anyone really. So I want to sort my poor camper out now. It's just gathering dust. Yeah, didn't you start that and get halfway through? I can't remember what happened there with you and Jay. It might be worth trying to chase up the other issues to get that. But once again, I'm quite surprised they haven't released it in the newsagents, considering that what came out about Eagle Moss, saying that they took a massive hit by not bringing it out in the newsagents. I'm really surprised that other companies haven't gone, maybe we're missing a step here. You know, it's never affected Hachette. You want to realise how successful the partworks are with Hachette. And they haven't changed their model right from the very start. And all these other companies are changing it. Maybe it's not as good as they all say. My kit is expected any day. Nice one. Yeah, so I like I said, I know those are coming, but I don't really know. I don't even know at this point if I'll do the tumbler from Batman yet. I want to see how everything goes sort of financially at the minute, because yeah, we're going to be tightening our drawstrings at the minute. But I'm counting on finishing the Alien and the Robocop. But like I said, I don't know what I'll do after that. Like I said, I'd like to finish my Enterprise, but we don't know who's going to take that on. What's happening with that? Like I said, it's going to take a long time to sort out. It's not. I know the administrators have been appointed. but there's a lot of stuff that has to go through the courts, and the courts have got massive delays at the moment. They're very much backdated. That's another reason why it took so long for the administrator to be appointed as well. And then they have to, whoever comes along buys it, then has to sort out the licensing. So you're looking at 6, maybe even 12 months away from knowing exactly what's happening with any of those builds. So it's going to be a long process. I am to pack 9. It was bought as a gift to me, and then they pulled out. D'Agostini said that they wouldn't supply me with the remaining packs. I had to restart from building. Have you contacted them now? Is that what they've said recently? Is it? Because that's surprising. That is very surprising. Have you tried eBay or anything like that, Jay? I'm sure there's issues floating around, because that's a re-release, isn't it? So this is not the first time it's been out. So I'm sure something will come up. I'm sure of it for you, Jay. Absolutely sure of it. But yeah, I mean, if you're only 2 issues or 8 stages sort of left on your Ecto one, Partwork upgrades, they've got you covered, and it looks probably looks better than it would if Eagle Moss was going to do it. To be fair, it does look really good. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've heard everyone and his wife put their name down to Eagle Moss. So yeah, so I've heard all the Partwork people. I've heard BBC Studios have put their 2 cents in. Even Star Trek, the actual Star Trek brand themselves, Paramount, put their 2 cents in. Round 2 models, I think, as well. She's a US company. There's rumors everywhere. At this stage, we don't know, and obviously my contacts now in Eagle Moss have gone, because the company's gone. It's worth noting that Eagle Moss has gone. There's, if they want to buy the builds, the first thing they'll want to do is get rid of that name, and I reckon anyone who comes along will distance themselves fully from the Eagle Moss name. But I think it's safe to say that Eagle Moss has gone. Eagle Moss Hero Collectors, no more. It will never get rebranded again, I don't think, or anything like that. I think our best option here is another company comes along and buys parts of it. I still think that a few companies out there will buy parts of it. So I reckon that we could get a few of the part works from different companies. That's just my thinking anyway. But yeah. Yes, a few weeks ago, there are issues in France, but they are way too much in issue postage, and they don't have all I need. I need pack 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm on issue 40. Have they brought it out in the newsagents in France? Because there's a sort of another avenue for you there, Jay, isn't there? If they did that. But yeah, it's a difficult one. I still would push for them to see if you could start it from sort of pack 10 or pack 9 even. I know they would say you have to start it from pack 1. That's what Fan Home say as well. And obviously they're on the same system. So I'm wondering, because that's what their problem is. Their system does not allow them to skip issues or anything like that. And it's a shame that they don't do a web shop that you can buy the individual issues from. Though when they started up about 2 or 3 years ago now, so why now? There was talk of them doing a web shop style like Hachette, so you could buy the individual issues that you wanted. I think they're missing a beat there, personally, not offering that, and I think Eagle Moss missed a beat there as well with doing that, because they did that as well. They used to put the issues on their web shop so you could buy them, and then they pulled it for some bizarre reason. And I've got a funny thing that didn't help neither. So I can get them from at France, but at $10.99, 40 times 40 and then postage, too much. Couldn't you do like a few orders at a time to cut down the cost, Jay? You know, I think, you know, at the moment I'm on issue 43 of the Alien, and they're on issue over in France. They're on issue 60 something. I only ever buy like 6 issues at a time for any of my part works from France. It just works out cheaper postage wise. It's not too much money and everything else, but that's how I do it. I always make sure that there's enough issues. There are enough issues ahead so I can do that, and it cuts down costs for me massively than doing. It's actually cheaper for me to do 6 issues than it is to do 4. That's why I wait. And yeah, I really need to. They've been sitting here, but I've been so busy with other things and ill and everything. I just haven't been bothered. And obviously because of the sun and summertime and everything else. So I really do need to get on it. But yeah, I think RoboCop is now I'm up to issue 23. RoboCop is on issue 45 now in France. And yeah, I think they're on issue 67, I believe now, the Alien build. So they've nearly finished the second leg. So they've done the 2 arms. I ain't even done the arm yet. I've only done one leg. And in France, they're already doing the second leg. I think they've already done the lower part of the leg. They're now doing the thigh. So I'm quite far behind. I need to really get on with that. But yes, I'm hoping that they'll be on the channel soon, and I'll get on ordering them. But yeah, I might have to wait to finish a build between Eddie and Citron, then sort it as money is tight. Don't get me started on that, Jay. I know exactly how that feels, mate. Yeah, like I said, there's nothing now. I mean, if anything comes out, I probably won't do it. It just with what happened with Eagle Moss and everything else, I don't really want to have that sort of. I mean, if Hachette took all over the Eagle Moss part works, I think we'd be safe. But yeah, there's no guarantee in any of it, so I'm very cautious at the moment. But I need to finish off what I'm building. Now I've got my Ecto still, and I've got the Enterprise. If they ever come back out, if they go through Hachette, brilliant, because I'll be able to get them in the newsagents. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping. That the best out of this outcome is that Hachette buy part works from Eagle Moss, and we get the option, because not only will we have the option to subscribe but buy them in the newsagents, but we'll also have the option to buy them on their web shop as well. So there's like 3 avenues. They're the only company actually that offer that 3 avenue point as well. So where you can subscribe, you can buy in the newsagents, and you can buy on their web shop. No other company does that. Eagle Moss did. They did do that, and then they stopped the 2 of them. I don't know why, but they did. But that's my best outcome for it, is that Hachette come along and they buy the Eagle Moss builds, and then I can carry on with my Ecto and the Enterprise build from where I left off, and I won't need to subscribe. I'll just get from the newsagents or their web shop. But like I said, that's a long way away from anyone taking on that, because it will have to be approved by creditors and go through the courts, and then they would have to buy the license, and then they would have to start the manufacturing process. So I reckon it's a good 6 to 12 months at least before, even if we get them, you know, part work companies might turn around and they just might drop it, and then they would have to apply to get the license themselves, and then they'd have to start the build from again. So yeah, It's one of them. But that's my best outcome. I did say I was going to do the tumbler, but at the moment I need to start finishing off these builds, and I've got quite a lot of um, the Disney Dollhouse left, and of the Dodge Charger. Even though we've now sort of completed the base of it, which is the sort of the main thingy where the engine and the brakes and the exhaust and all that sort of stuff. Everything else is sort of interior, much easier to work on and bulk up and stuff. So there's that. And then obviously I've got me my Knight Rider as well, which I wasn't ever planning on doing, but now I've been given this opportunity, I've gone full in for it, and I'm hoping to get some mods for it. That's what I'm going to do with that. But once again, it'd be nice to sit on the side. I will quite happily build that. If I was actually talking, because now I'm with Fan Home and they're obviously sending me the Knight Rider. I'm hoping. Well, I said to my wife actually, what happens if they offer me the Millennium Falcon? And I said, yeah, I'd do that again. I wouldn't mind building another one of the Millennium Falcon. I'd definitely do that again. That was a good build, and I was happy with the end result. But then it's just maybe that's the one that gets put over the telly instead of the Enterprise build at the minute. But I really do want to finish my Enterprise. I know there's a lot of people out there who really want to as well. So I have issues 127, 130 the Doll's House coming from. Oh, so you're going to continue to build that, are you, Jay? Those issues. I thought you were only going to get the first sort of couple of issues and then not do anymore. That's what I thought. But yeah, good on you. I've seen what Nappy's doing, and it looks big. Some of the parts that you get in there right at the end, they look big, but I still think there's a lot there that we don't know, because it's 80 issues, and the issues that you're getting, the stages up to like what she's building at the moment, issue 128, I think I've seen. There's quite big parts, and it's coming together quite quickly. So I've got a funny thing. There's a lot more. There is a lot more, but then it's a space, isn't it? I mean, I've seen your fantastic diorama. Maybe you can do something with the Dollhouse, but it's space. That's what I have the issue with at the minute. I'm building the Knight Rider. Great build so far. Mike Lane's mods were great with it. I've seen so many mods for the Knight Rider. I'm like I said, I'm going to go full throttle with this and do really well with it and get some really good mods. I think that's what my plan is. 130 is the last for me for a while. Low. Yeah, because they're quite expensive from Hobby Link, aren't they? It's Japan Hobby Link. If anyone wants to check it out, they do all the other part works as well. Because Japan get a lot of different part works, a lot of really good ones as well. I mean, they've got an aircraft carrier, Tracy Island. They did, didn't they? Yeah, they did some really good detailed part works, which are really cool. But yeah. Oh, 130 is last. It's famous last words. But yeah, I just I've seen some going back to Barry there. I have seen some absolutely really good mods for the Knight Rider. So I've obviously gone back. I never really watched the series, and I watched a few episodes on YouTube, and it gave me some ideas. So there's another Knight Rider in it called Car, isn't there? It's like the baddie one, isn't it? The Car. It's called Car. It's got I think it's got like a yellow light instead of a red one along the front. And also, there's a few episodes actually, where they use something called a pursuit mode, which transforms the car into it gives it like a massive body kit, like a huge spoiler and skirts on it, and massive air intakes on the wings. So I'm wondering if someone could come up with one like that, the pursuit mode. That's in it. That'd be quite cool. I love watching the Knight Rider historians on YouTube. I've not come across that one yet, Jay. You have to send us a link. But yeah, like I said, I was watching a few of the episodes. I know there was one with there's another car like him. It's called Car, funnily enough, but it's spelt with a K. And there's that. I think it's spelt with a K, so it's K A double R. I think that's how it's spelled, isn't it? I know someone will correct me on that. But it's like the baddie version of him. And then there's obviously like the pursuit mode as well, where he sort of configures into like a supersonic car. So, there's all these options that I think some part work people could, some modders could come out with. And I've seen some of the really good mods as well. I've seen some of them do like the gear shifting inside. So you can actually move the gear stick, and the computers and the little monitors you can actually have on the dash actually work. I mean, some of the stuff is, yeah. Oh, hang on. Car is black and grey, and Goliath is Michael's twin brother. That's right. The one I watched was the one with Car, and the twin brother of Michael Knight. It was quite a funny episode, but he was driving this big Arctic, the big black Arctic, and they're in a desert and they're just sort of donutting everywhere and all this sort of stuff. That's it, Jay. There you go. The super pursuit mode. Yeah, that's it. But I'm just wondering, because when it done that, there was a huge spoiler. It had skirts down the side, intakes. It looked quite mean, really. And if you like sort of modified cars anyway, which I do, that would look really cool. Car also has a silver strip on its sides. Kit pursuit mode would be difficult to mod as the front extends out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just wondering though if someone could 3D print a part that you can sort of just click on, because the pursuit mode, obviously, it would be good if you could sort of click those bits on and off, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Car. Yeah, Night Automated Roving Robot. That's right. Yeah. I remember watching it. The Evil Truck Goliath. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was the episode I saw. Like I said, I think I saw about 4 or 5 episodes. And I just remember the pursuit mode and obviously Car, where he fought his evil twin brother from the truck. The big black truck that was in it. Which was obviously just a normal Arctic painted in matte black. So yeah. Other than Mike Lane, what other models are there for kit? I've seen quite a few mods, but I think they're all sort of interior. So there's a lot of dashboard mods I've seen. But I would imagine as it goes on, because a lot of people are only on, I think they're only on issue 50 or 60 or something like that. I can't remember how far people are ahead. But when you build these stuff, you kind of gauge, and then you can mod it as you're building it. I think that's what Mike's doing. But you've also got Mr. Fusion as well. So check out Mr. Fusion because he does a lot of mods. Jason over at Mr. Fusion does a lot of mods for the kit. So they're the ones that I was looking at. Mr. Fusion Designs do the odd 1 or 2 kit mods. They are pretty short runs and sell out really quickly. They do sell out really quickly. I've seen them on there. That's the ones I was mainly talking about. Yeah, and partwork upgrades. Obviously, you've got to check out partwork upgrades every time. I will pop a link in the message. They found a rig and trailer now in the process of restoring them to show spec complete with interiors. Oh, nice. But yeah, like I said, I knew Knight Rider, but it was a bit like the old Batman sort of the old sort of Batman series with Adam West. I didn't really get into that neither, and the original Star Trek. If anyone knows me, I'm a massive Star Trek fan, but the original series, yeah, it's just because it was very dated. You got to think I was born in 1983, so I was a late 90s kid, 90s, late 80s kid. So I was brought up on Next Gen, you know, Transformers, all that sort of stuff, Turtles. But you know, obviously Knight Rider was around that time. But when you compared Knight Rider to the Next Generation, you know what I mean? It wasn't in comparison at all. So I didn't really get into it. Same with Airwolf as well. It was another one that I never really got into. But then again, when I watched it, Airwolf, I found that it was just Knight Rider with a helicopter. So yeah, I was born in 1973. Lol. 10 years older than me. That's fine. You know, is it Street Hawk? Is that what it was called? The one with the helicopter that talked? Was that Street Hawk? Was it? Do you know what? Was that one that was called Street Hawk? It sounds familiar. I never watched any of this sort of stuff. So obviously, my wife's 3 years older than me, so maybe she watched all this sort of stuff, but I never did. But you know, like I said, I was brought up on Next Generation, and then when someone said to me, "Did you watch the original series?" I think I watched about 3 or 4 episodes, and I just couldn't anymore. It was like, no, it was so it's so dated and corny, and it's the same now when you watch the original Batman series with Adam West, and obviously now with things like Flash Gordon as well. It was on the telly the other day, and my brother and that was watching it, and we were just like, oh, it was so dated. I mean, obviously in its time it was very good, but now it's like that watching it. It's been like, oh look, you can see the set moving, and it was just hang on a sec. This one first. I was born in 92, so a pup. I flew your pancakes as I'm an 83 kid as well. Where it's the best year, mate, best year. Blue Thunder was another helicopter. Yeah, what was the thing with helicopters? What was the thing actually in that decade with talking vehicles? Do you know what one series I think they should do as a live action series, and I would think would work perfectly now, and that is Mask. If you ever watched Mask, right, it's one of these like unforgettable sort of series. And I bought my daughter the DVD of Mask. I think we've got like the first and second season on DVD. My daughter watches it. I think she was 14 at the time, and she said it was really good. And she watched the whole thing. She said it was really good. She said I liked the thing that had a message at the end of every episode. Now I don't remember these messages, but it really did. I watched it, and it has these safety messages at the end of the episode. Things like wearing your seatbelt and wearing a crash helmet and stuff like that. But I think that sort of series would work perfectly nowadays, because obviously their trucks and stuff would deform. I know that there was talk a while ago of them doing a movie, but I think that would be cool. Airwolf was a helicopter. Street Hawk was a motorbike. Yeah, wasn't there also a film? Do you know, it was a film on the other night that I saw, and it was about a car. I think it was like an alien car, and people were shooting at it. It was very sleek. It was an 80s film, I'm sure of it, or 70s. I can't even remember the name of the film now, but it was about a car that was an alien, and I think it was gold. It had like this really cool, sleek look. It was automated, and there was lots of racing on it. There's all these cars, police trying to chase it down and shoot it. I can't remember. I know someone in here will. The original Enterprise is the iconic for me. It is that shape, the ship, everything is iconic. But the series, yeah, would shape up if they brought that out. Or the New World, yeah, definitely. I mean, Strange New Worlds. It's funny because a lot of I watched the original series, but I don't like it. It's nothing that I've, if I'm flicking over the telly and I come across the original series, I just flick straight off. But if it's Next Generation or anything, I'll just keep it straight on. And it's weird how many people hated Enterprise, and I absolutely loved Enterprise when it came out, Star Trek Enterprise. and how many people hated it. And it's now one of those series that everyone seems to like, and I find that's going to be the case with Discovery as well. But it's really weird how lots of people hated Discovery because of the era it was in and all of the stuff, yet everyone seems to love Strange New Worlds. And considering it was based before Kirk, I could actually see them rebooting the original series. In fact, I'm surprised they haven't already, to be fair, with all the new Trek stuff coming out. I'm surprised they haven't just gone, well, that's that, and now we're going to reboot the whole series from the start, sort of thing. Maybe that's what they're doing with Strange New Worlds. But yeah, the Enterprise did look. I've got to go back to that as well. The Enterprise, the next gen Enterprise, is the most iconic, and I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards it, and that's why the Enterprise D was the first one that Egon Moss did. So building an Only Fools and Horses free wheel would be good. Some companies should do it. Do you know? I think there was talk about a company doing that, but then again, it's not a very detailed. But have you ever seen a Robin Reliant? Right, it is literally 3 panels, and the engine is what's it? Like a 2-stroke engine inside it. It wouldn't be a very big build, would it? It wouldn't be a very big one. I'll be more pushing to his green Capri, the lime green Capri. That's what I would be pushing towards. If you did both of them, imagine if they did a part work where you've got 2 vehicles that you had to build. And I think they've done that with a caravan, haven't they? Haven't they done a car and a caravan build? I'm sure I've seen that. I know Jay. I reckon Jay's reckon. For Wrath, is that the film? It might be, Jay. It might be. I just remember it was. I was flicking through Sky the other night, and it was on. And I just kept it on because there was like this big pursuit in the desert with this car, and it was able to change its shape, and it was able to transform people into it and stuff like that. It was like an alien car, I think it was. It didn't look like a very stable car sort of thing, but it looked like very futuristic for its time, if you know what I mean. Be interesting if they bring out the Enterprise for Picard season 3. Nice to see more next gen in the final season. Yeah. I think this is the end now of that season, so I would expect his death. That's what I'm expecting. And obviously Patrick Stewart is what he's got to be coming into his 90s now. So, just hope they do it right. And by bringing everyone back, they are. And I think that could lead to more series, especially with Michael Don Worf or LeVar Burton as well with Geordie. Definitely a series there with either of them. That would be cool. They've done the Triton Caravan and Fiat. I think it was the Fiat I was thinking of, the Fiat 126 and a Caravan, the little tiny sort of caravan that they did. I think they should do more part works like that, where you get like 2 things. Obviously, they're doing the Eddie Stobart build, where you sort of get the trailer and the tractor unit as well, the engine unit. And that's sort of like 2 builds in one, isn't it? Because they're both separate. They can both be separated. But yeah, I'm still trying to track down. Now, there was a rumor going around at the time when Egon Moss pulled the plug on everything that there was a video of the Enterprise build being connected. It came from the factory, but we haven't seen anything. I'm still trying to trace that down. But like I said, I haven't got any contacts now. They've all gone. Everyone's gone. But yeah, I'm gonna go full pelt with the Knight Rider and see how we go with it. It looks like a really good build, and I'm very happy to be building it. And for them to actually sort of come to me and ask if I want to build it, I thought that was just, why would they come to me? But I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I can't wait to get my teeth into that. They've set up the account for me. and it should be here soon because they've set it all up and I've got to wait. So I'm just waiting. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have it. But look, I'm gonna go. It has been an absolutely fantastic day. Oh, hang on, what's this? Will you be finishing your Ironman? Yes, I will be. Definitely. Yep. I've got a way of getting the issues that I'm missing without subscribing. So my plan is to finish the Alien and Robo and then start finishing some of my other builds. And Iron Man is definitely one of them that I'm going to finish for definite because it's one that I really wanted to do. So yeah, that's the plan as well. But look, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for coming and chatting and that. Thanks, Jay, for coming along. It is nice to see me back. I'll be back in 2 weeks' time. So there'll be I'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and then the following 2 weeks I'll be back. So and then I should now that should be in September, and I should be doing it regularly again. But we'll see how it all pans out with new new information coming out of new builds and stuff. But we'll see how that goes. But look, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time for another live build, live video, should I say? I've got this week. I've got some more action figure reviews that I did because I've got some stuff for my birthday. I've also got an Eagle Moss ship as well because I'm sort of filling out some of my gaps now. And I've got the Dodge Charger, 2 issues of that. And I've got Disney coming and I'll have another Dodge Charger as well. So I've got 3 videos this week for the Dodge Charger. Hopefully the kit turns up and I can start that as well. But anyway, look, thank you so much for coming along. Everyone, you've been absolutely brilliant as always. And as always, we'll see you at the next video. And have a nice evening. We'll see you then. See you later.